Big Shelf.
I am from the Canadian outlet That Shelf. Thank you so much for sitting here with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, I just had my first quick question for you, which is, I know this took a long time to get from the very beginning, the kernel of the idea to write this, all the way to getting it out. Of course, anytime you want to write about peace talks or the threat of war, it's going to be relevant. But do you think it's even more coming out than when you began writing, say, the script, or even just an adaptation of this event?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say somewhat unfortunately, the world's become a more dangerous place. I mean, when I started writing it, Ukraine had not begun.
Hadn't been invaded.
Hadn't been invaded. Yes, that's right. And so it was a different time when I started writing it. And then, when we started filming it, there were other conflicts in two different other continents that had not yet begun, even when we started filming it. And so I think the world's become a little more dangerous. And that's all the more reason that people, I hope, go to the cinema and see the film and, engage with what it's about, which is this courage to work across an aisle to make a better world.
Everything you learn in the movie is incredibly interesting, but even just the fact that, and maybe this is my own Western, perspective, but I was surprised to see that I believe Gorbachev was the one with the idea to reach out as opposed to the American.
He proposed it, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, maybe I'm mealy-mouthed here.
No, it says the sound drops in and out. Yes, although, there's a sort of little bit of brinksmanship that goes on in those things where they were both kind of claiming that it was their idea, and in some ways there is a version where you could see where it could have been one or the other. But what is true is that he was determined to reset the relationship that the Soviet Union had with the West. And the first person who made Reagan aware of that was Margaret Thatcher.
I was going to ask you, Jared, your acting is incredible. I've been following your career for a very long time. I've noticed that unlike some actors, you don't mind to putting on prosthetics. It seems like you've done that more than a few times, at least, generally thinking about it. Does that help you, or is it a hindrance?
I mean, in this case, it was unavoidable. There was just no way that you could have taken the way that I look, and you'd have to shave my head and everything, and that never really works. So it was just something that that you're saying yes to. That's the first time. I was 3.5 hours in the chair. I was 5 hours in the chair for Benjamin Button, but that was when I had all the tattoos on. But I haven't done it a lot, and I won't do it if I don't think it's worth it.
That makes sense. Like this, you said you couldn't just slot you in without doing something to you to make it appear more believable.
Well, I still have my hair, as you can see here, darling.
Exactly.
And I still have color in my hair. It hasn't all gone grey. I don't have that stain on my forehead.
Thank you so much for giving some time over to That Shelf, and I really loved the movie. Thank you very much.
Bless you.
Thank you.